friends.
What is up? What is up?
That's not straight.
It's straight as they're gonna get it. It's straight. How is it not straight? It just looks like we're sliding down the side.
Whatever.
Go ahead, get up and fix it. Go ahead, fix it.
No.
Go ahead. It's gonna bother you all night. Just fix it.
I just won't look at it.
Even Ashley said to go fix it.
She's like, hello, move it.
There you go. All right. Jeez.
Was it that hard to tell me if it was straight or not before?
It was straight. I think when you know how sometimes you move it and then it slightly moves back? It does do that sometimes.
Oh my.
All right, we've had a very crazy time. We actually had
a lot of ups and downs in the last 20 minutes.
I know.
And I'm not talking about the good guy.
No. I have to say, this has been one of those things. We had a great story by Kelsey that made us laugh and enjoy ourselves. And then I had got some bad news. Mm-hmm. My best friend, one of my closest friends, mom passed away. That was practically a mom to us. She just passed away. And we just got that, 2 minutes before we came on?
Yeah.
And
no, it was 5. We had 5 minutes to get it together.
And I was like, this far away from crying ugly? And I was like, no, don't need to go on all being teary-eyed.
And then I made Kelsey cheer you up.
And then we had a good laugh with Kelsey again. Good move. Mm-hmm. And so how was your week besides this last 5 minutes?
Well, I was on vacation until Monday.
Oh, nice. And did you do anything more fun than last time? Or did you just do the beach the whole week?
Go to the beach, and then Saturday we went to the water park.
Nice.
And it was so fucking busy.
Ugh, that's the problem. Mm-hmm. The worst thing is, as soon as it gets good weather to go, everyone's like, this is good weather to go. And then it's you don't really go.
It was Saturday.
Yeah, and of course
So one of the rides is Venus Flytrap. And so you go, it's minimum of 2 people.
Right.
And you're in this big raft, and you go up the stairs, and it puts you in the tunnel, which is the stem. Mm-hmm. And then you go down in the mouth. Mm-hmm. And last year I did it, I went backwards.
Oh no.
And I went with Sammy. And
I don't do good backwards.
I rather have done it backwards than forwards, because then I'm not anticipating the drop the whole time.
Oh,
or I don't know when it's coming, so I don't tense up as much.
Oh, yeah.
So then this time I asked the woman, can you try and make it so that way I can go backwards? Right. And we turned too much that I didn't get to. But so Sammy was going down this time, and I was like, oh my god, it's gonna happen. And then towards the end of the tunnel, it's rainbow, so it's gonna happen soon. And then all of a sudden I was like, we're going down, and I literally screamed so much. Hold on, no. I screamed so fucking much. And then it was Sammy was like, okay, you can stop screaming. It's over.
If you never said it was a ride.
I know.
How bad that's
it was a ride.
I'm listening going, God, if someone just came on right now, they'd be like, what's this game?
So Sammy was like, I was kind of worried because you were turning purple. I didn't think you were breathing. I was like, I was screaming, so I had
to. I always love that when someone's like, I'm joking. I'm like, not really, you're talking.
Yeah.
No, I mean, you're like, you are, but you're not as bad as you think.
Right. And then the last ride we rode, we did twice, and 3 people could go on it, and it's just like a water slide. And the first time was with...
Excuse me, a pirate's coming down the stairs.
It was me, Ashley, and Kristen the first time, and we went down and whatever.
Our Ashley?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then the second time, instead of Ashley, Jake with Kristen and I, mm-hmm. and the woman made us put our legs straight this time, so we had to pile them on top of it. Yeah. I got in first, so mine were on the bottom. So by the time Jake went...
Oh, so you didn't put them on the side of it? You didn't...
No, she made us put them in the middle.
Oh, so you had sit on each other's legs.
Yeah, they were literally
Oh, I thought you did the wrap around. You know how some rides say... Yeah, you know what I'm talking about, though, when they put,
Yeah, the first time we could... I don't think I put my legs down the first time. Like, I think I just like tucked them in so that way I wasn't on top of anyone.
Right.
And then the second time she's like, yeah, you need to put your legs out. And I was like, I didn't before, but whatever. Like I'm a rule follower, so I did. And then we told Jake, or they told Jake to scream the whole ride down because he's not a screamer on rides. Okay. And Kristen is a screamer, and I am depending on the ride.
Right.
So he's, as soon as it's like she didn't even push us yet, and he's like screaming. And then Kristen starts, and I'm like, my knees, because they were literally
right.
like they were there. My knees were going the wrong way. Like an ostrich. So I'm like, my knees, but nobody could hear me because they're both screaming so fucking loud. So I'm like, well, I may as well join the fun. So I'm just like,
it stopped you.
But then we get towards the bottom and they stop screaming, and I'm like, my knees, they're like going the wrong way.
Who was sitting in front of you that was sitting on your knees?
They were both on my knees.
Oh, wait.
There were three of us.
Oh, yeah.
No, so then Kristen was on top of me, and then Jake was on top of her.
But Kristen was on top of Kristen. So he
so
was
my knees were like really like pushed down.
Mm.
And so like for the last like I think like 10 seconds, Jake was so loud that the workers couldn't hear each other talking, and they were like 4 feet apart. Pretty sure the whole park heard them.
Yeah.
And so, like, towards the end, I was like, my knees. And so Jake's like, oh, I'm sorry. And, like, he lifts it, but he had to do it for the rest of the ride. It was only, like, 10 seconds.
So he's literally, like, holding himself up, like...
Yeah. And then I got out. I'm like, oh, my God, my knees need to be put back in place. Like, they hurt so bad. And then, I guess they do concerts there.
Okay. I don't know where you went, so.
I think they found this guy singing in a shower once.
Did he ever come over?
I didn't get to see what he looked like.
Okay, good.
But it was so fucking god awful. Like it was bad. Like the notes that he was hitting, they were just not right.
Oh.
He played one song, and then there was like a long ass break, and then they like continued.
I gotta rest.
I'm used to the shower. So. Yeah, we got to listen to that, and that was just so beautiful. I was just so sad that we had to leave. Anyways, so that was my time.
All right. You wanted to talk my week?
Yeah. Well, not good anymore.
Well, yeah, not good now. It's just been one of those weeks where I just felt like I just didn't stop. I just felt like I had the next thing to do. Or I did have Tuesday to myself, which was kind of like a nice moment. I feel like the summer, like taking on so much stuff more than I normally have been. It's just been like running here, running there. Mm-hmm. Oh, gotta do this. I gotta do that. Gotta do this. Which I think it's funny. I was complaining that I was sitting home doing nothing for the longest time.
And now you got stuff doing,
like doing everything. And
I think it's probably because you're out of you're still like getting into that group.
Yeah. I am a creature of habit. I'm such a creature of habit.
I have no idea what day it is because I'm out of my routine.
Yeah, when you weren't here, when I got here, I was like,
"Fuck."
Today's Thursday. Please tell me today's Thursday. You're like, do I? Because I'm thinking to myself like, I acted like today was Thursday. Like I
worked today.
I worked. I mean, like I was like. I was thinking this is the last day. We're like, like I don't have to work tomorrow. Like, I'm like, my brain was.
Am I supposed to be picking shaded up right now?
I'm like, oh. I don't know. It's just one of
that was my beat.
It's like the last 2 weeks just been really, and they've all been good days. Like they've all been good except
5 minutes ago.
Yeah. Well, to no fairness, just to kind of tell the story, I was friends with these 2 kids that. Well, I was that type of kid. I always had like 3 group of friends. Did you have that? I had the 3 group of friends.
No, I was never in a group.
And to be honest with you, out of the 3, none of them could all come together. Yeah. Like I tried, and
it's hard to,
They all had different they all had different things about them. So I had these 2 friends I used to play basketball with. This is in the 90s where I remember where we used to get alcohol. And we used to go over to my friend's house, and his mom would tell us to give the keys. We had to put it in a basket. Mm-hmm. She would hide the basket that night. Like, yeah, as soon as we got home, and we were smart about it. We used to go out at we used to not come home until like 1, almost 2 o'clock in the morning. Then we would drink because we would want to go down Thames Street while the girls were drunk, like out of the bars, because we were 18, and somehow we thought if we walk around, they'll think we were in the bars. So stupid.
Did it ever work?
Never. I think it happened one time, and then we didn't know what to do because it was like,
oh shit, everything gets this far.
Yeah, because it was like, she's like, oh, let's go back to your place, and he's like, I'm like, we're all going back to your place, so you got to think of something else, bro. And I'm like, because we're all going back to his house, and he's like, oh, okay, like yeah,
that could be fun time.
Don't think she was thinking that fun of a time. So. And so, well, I just told you this story, but one time, so she was a hippie, totally. Her name was B, and she was a hippie, and she still lived in that, love, peace, happiness type of free love type of person, and she just had a different way of his mom totally had a different way of looking at it, totally. And it weird enough was the opposite of my parents, but yet still the same values. Like, you don't drink and drive, you guys be safe, do what you want to do, then come back and be stupid in the house, like. And I remember one time his sister had a party, and I remember the 4 of us guys were like, "Hey, this isn't us. Like, we're going to be over here, but we're not." And so his mom was like, "Oh no, that's cool, I get it." And then the next morning, she thought, like, usually what happened was girls would come over, but then girls always left. Like, they didn't spend the night. It was always just guys to spend the night. That was the rule.
Yeah,
we didn't complain because at least we got them over for whatever, and they would drink with us, or most of the time they had designated driver, or someone didn't drink, or sometimes they came and just hung out and us be idiots, and girls love to laugh at drunk guys, you know what I mean? Like, and one time mother comes in, and she opens Michaela's door, and there's all these guys and girls, and she screams, "I'm calling the police! You have 5 minutes to get out of this house!" And I remember us waking up, and I'm trying to get dressed, like, what is happening? And Rich is like, what is happening? He's like, and I, you know what? I forgot Rich left too. Like, that's his own house.
No, he didn't.
I swear to God. It was the 4 of us running down the stairs, and I remember B was there. We called her Ma, yeah. And I go, "Sorry, Mom, I don't know what I'm in trouble." And I kissed her on the cheek, and she whispered to me, "It's not you, it's Michaela, but I got to get all these guys out of here. I'll see you tonight." Right?
Yeah.
And then I swear I'm running downstairs, and I hear her say the same thing to Keith. And then Rich comes by, and then I'm like in the truck, and I'm like, "Rich, what are you doing here? You live here?" He's like, "I'm not getting called the police. My sister, get us out of here. We
I don't live here."
We let him drive.
My mom.
We let him driving. And I was going, "Where are we going?" And he's like, "Your house." We all went back to my house and just crashed because we didn't want. I mean, we're talking about 5:30 in the morning. She woke up, and we are still like half out of it, you know. And I mean, like, because we were just partying a few hours ago, and we're just like, "What happened?" I don't know. The next day, we're like, "What happened?" She goes, "I'm not putting up with that. You guys follow the rules." She's not gonna, She was tough. I mean, she was the absolute coolest lady if you followed the rules. And when you didn't follow the rules, and so he told me she had cancer and that she wasn't going to do chemo or anything. And I said, "Well, that, she's a biker girl. She was a bike, like she had a Harley. Like, she was just one of those live and die type of ladies." And I just knew it. Just like, I was like, well, she's going out with a blaze of glory. And I just got the text to like 5 minutes before I go on that she had passed on. And really sad, but I guess it's really good because the last text I had got for him before that was that the medication wasn't working for her, and it was becoming unbearable. So maybe it was meant to be that she didn't have to suffer. So yeah, my parents, there was few adults in my life I can remember who just really kind of always ingrained in me of the responsibility of, like, okay, you can be bad, but you have to be responsible. If you want to get high, you want to get drunk, be responsible. No one says you can't do that at your home, and you crash and you wake up the next day and you do it. Like, they always just seem like you can have fun, but you don't need to be doing something stupid, like driving around town or whatever. And it's one of those things is I remember her because she was the cook at the bar that the Little Bears that eventually that I was going to and drinking so much because she was at a biker bar. And I remember her always asking, "Do you need a ride home? Are you okay?" And she still was my mom. And I was in my 20s, older, and I am glad my daughter got to meet her. I don't know if Marin remembers, but she got to meet her, and so I'm thankful for that. I'm thankful that she was in my life to be another responsible adult.
It's being so fucking loud right now.
I'm telling a sad story. What the hell?
It's so distracting.
Stop playing with your toy, cat.
Pussy always wants to play.
Wrong time. It's sad stories. No, I don't know how it is in the world now because I feel like we don't have those type of people who I feel like we shun everything or we allow everything. There's no gray. Mm-hmm. And I have to say I've always been very thankful, and I'm going to miss her horribly, but I'm glad she was in my life. And I have this thing. I've talked to you, which I wish more kids had my life, like that type of attitude. Like, hey, you can have fun. And that was the other thing. She would always check on us throughout the night. How you guys doing? Maybe you should guys quit for the night. You see guys are doing good, and get sick all night. Like, she just was that type of person. Like, you hear stories about guys drinking all night and they, get poisoned or they, because they drank alcohol poisoning, and you're going, where's the person to go, hey, you don't need to do that. Just have, take it easy. And that was a big thing. It wasn't always about the drinking.
Well, you fucking bitch. Now you want attention? You're just making a lot of noise out there.
It was always one of those things where it was always time and place. It was always being responsible. And it was always about she always would talk about being with the people, not just drinking. So a lot of times I felt like I enjoyed those moments with those friends because we would sit around in a circle and talk and BS and play cards and drink. And it was all more about the moment than it was about the drinking, even though there was drinking involved. So that's my little story about her. I got some other ones, but
what are you doing?
So I heard that you have exit plans also in your life.
I do.
Probably not as much as I do, though.
No. Mine usually just like let it happen and I
die. So wait a minute. Okay, because I'm crazy like this. So when you walk into a house, you don't think of what you're going to... Like, I've thought of 3 different things on how to get out of this house already. Like,
No, I usually picture myself living in a house.
Oh, okay.
That's a whole different thing. Kelsey thinks I'm fucking psycho.
Even when I go to like a nightclub or something, like I'll spend the night, like the first 10, 20 minutes just looking around, seeing exits, seeing doors, going, I don't know where that door goes, but if something broke out right now, I'm kicking that door. Like, I'm that person who's like already thinking of what if. I've always been like that.
Yeah.
It's so crazy. Because I always feel like when it does hit the fan, I'm the first one like, they're like, how did you know this door was here? I was like, I've been looking at it for like 20 minutes.
Okay, so do you picture getting into car accidents a lot?
I do. That, or I picture, like, I'll do the whole, is this guy going to stop? Well, if this guy's not going to stop, I'm going to do. Yeah. And if he does stop, or, if he does this, I do that, like, real quick. I do that a lot.
Yeah.
I do that whole...
I always blame the other person.
I feel like I'm driving defense when I drive. Like, I don't drive offense. Like, I think to myself, like, as I'm driving, I'll see a guy over here. Now, I don't stop, but my foot's, like, next to the brake, if you will. Like, I'm like, it's like, I feel like my foot's, like, on the gas, but it's ready to come off because I feel like this guy's not going to stop. But I'm not stopping. Like, this guy can still hit me. But I feel like if I see him get closer, I can go faster. Yeah. I'm right there. Yeah. I don't know. Is that...
No, I do the same thing.
Like, that's what I do.
But I usually picture, like, okay, so this guy's going to not stop. Right. And now I'm going to be... If I get hit here, then my car's going to do this. Right, and then I have to,
I'm usually one of those people where I'm a goer, not a stopper. Like when someone's coming, I think, like, oh, I'm just going to gun it. Like, I'm going to hit the gas.
Chelsea tried that. She got hit.
I'm not saying it's going to work. I am not going to say it's going to work.
Yeah.
I'm just making a point. Like, no, I'm not. But I'm always in the middle when I'm like. But if I like, there's a point. There's a line. I have a line. Here we go again.
Yeah.
We have a line that if like we're in the light, and if I can't see the light, I'm hitting the gas. If I hit the light, I'm hitting the brake.
Yeah.
If I can see the light, brake. No light, go for it. Because I figured if I can't see the light, I'm somewhat halfway through it.
Right.
Doesn't mean I'm going to make it, but I can't stop because then I'm definitely going to get hit.
That's what happened in Kelsey. I actually had a dream that she got in a car accident, and I woke up crying because I'm like, "Are you okay?" Like, I just had a dream that you had an accident. Like, I don't know if that was true or not.
Right.
She's like, "I'm fine. I'm getting ready for work." It's the day before Thanksgiving.
Right.
And she had to work. I think she's eating dinner. Our dinner.
Good luck with that buffalo. You're gonna need the bathroom next.
It's gonna fucking yak during this. Great, can't wait.
Clean up an aisle 5.
So I called her and she was like, "Yeah, I'm just getting ready for work. No, like I didn't do anything." So she stayed on the phone with me until she was going to while she was on the way to work and stuff. And then all of a sudden I heard, "Oh shit!" Boom. A big boom, and then I have to go.
Is this with the Jeep, or did she have something?
No, she was in high school, so she had a Kia.
Oh, okay.
And I think it was a Kia, whatever it was.
Well, I know she had a key for the car, but still.
Yes. And so,
hi mom.
She like described what happened to me after it, and I was like, I pictured the exact same thing. Like he came in this way.
Now, did you think about that dream? Do you feel like you dreamt that dream because the way she drives, or do you think you just had that dream? Do you know what I'm saying?
I predicted other things too with dreams.
Oh, great.
So
don't dream about me, okay?
I have a lot of deja vu too. So
I have that too.
Kelsey doesn't think it's real.
What, deja vu? Mm-hmm. Oh, I don't know. I get that a lot. I do.
I feel like how do you not get?
I feel like I get that a lot in my life, but I feel like, well, I could have
thought the most weird times too. I'm like, why am I seeing this?
Yeah.
Like, why can't you give me something good? You know?
Yeah, my deja vu is like, me sitting here and the TV turns black or something.
Right.
Like, okay, I've done this before.
Whoa.
Like, well, that's great.
Life changing.
Like, I'm glad my last life remembered this life right here. Because there's this really, I'm being dead serious. Yeah. There is this theory that in the 80s the United government did an experiment and we're stuck on a loop. So that means like it's going to go so far and then we'll go back to like 1984 or something. Like, and then we go so far and then
do you go like further or just like
we're stuck on this loop because of this experiment that's supposed to happen. Guys. I told you it's a theory. It's not real. Like
I don't want to do it.
So that's why you have deja vu, and that's why if you read history, no one talks about deja vu because we have deja vu because if you're living in this time, you're getting thrown back.
Gotcha.
So, for instance, 2055, it bounces us back to 1984. You're not born yet, but you're going to be born. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, so we all have to. Supposedly, that's what it. And I'm always like, so when I see like the TV or something stupid, I'm always like, great, I've lived this 4 times and I remember the black TV. Great.
So,
that's the thing.
What do you think happens when you die?
Oh, when I die?
Like, do you think like it's like a simulation, like game over, you respawn as somebody else?
No, I have this really great theory.
I can't wait.
I know.
Can you swim?
Now I can swim.
Perfect.
No, first of all, I do not want to insult anyone with any type of religion. Yeah. Because there's a piece of me who does believe. I have what they call like that. I don't have proof that there's out there, so I have that faith. Like, yeah, God could be real. Mm-hmm. I'm not going to talk bad about him. Yeah, like I'm not going to talk bad about him, but I don't know. So I just don't talk bad, don't say nothing. And I feel like when I've done everything,
Jesus Christ,
I feel like in this world, people forget all religions start at one thing. So I feel like all religions are probably right to some degree. Okay. Now this is how I feel. So, perfect. Why don't you come right here, right where we're sitting? Oh, get your breakaway collar. Yep.
Everyone's thinking I think we're music.
Perfect. So
she's fine. I swear. She jumped out herself. Oh my god! Somebody left their freaking dog in the car today. It was 95 degrees outside in Warwick, and they left their dog in the car. The windows were down, but I'm like,
yeah, it is tough. Yeah, they
were at a medical place. Why would you bring
a medical place stupid because it's not a 5-second thing,
right?
Like running to Cumbies or something. I kind of go, oh well, you're not going to be in Cumbies for 6 hours. No, well,
it depends on the Cumbies,
right? Okay, so
sorry, go ahead.
My theory is that when you get your arm cut off, your body puts you into shock, so you don't know your arm's been cut off.
Are you fucking kidding me? What is happening?
Your cat is like on overdrive. You had some buffalo and he's feeling it. So,
I'm gonna lose it.
I know you are. So I think your mind, when you start to shut down, your mind protects your body. Mm-hmm. And I believe your mind puts you where you want to be. So, for example, if you're religious, you see your God, you see your Jesus, you see your Buddha, or if when you're dying and you want to see your grandmother, or you know what I'm saying, like you see that.
Yeah.
And I think your body starts to prepares you for what's happening. Like your mind already knows this is the worst thing that's going to happen. So it starts to shut you down mentally by putting you in your safe spot, whatever that is. And so I like to think that's what death is your mind putting you in the safe spot. And as you're shutting down, ending, however, drowning, whatever, is that your body's trying to place you in that one moment in time or place that you go, oh, I get it. I this is nice. I'm okay. Like but you're not okay.
Yeah.
But it doesn't know what to do. Because I only get that theory because when people get their arm cut off, they're like, I didn't even know it was cut. Like, how do you not know? Because your brain says it's still there. Keep going. Or those people who have the phantom when they get their arm cut off. They're like they have to do that mirror thing to like release the muscle.
Yeah.
Because when they died, when they had their arm or leg, they were flexing. It's okay. It's okay. They were flexing, and they can feel it still flexing, even though it's not there. I believe that's what your mind does. I don't know. Like, obviously, I'm not dead, but scientifically, that makes sense to me. Because when you go into shock, that's usually what happens. Or, you know how your mind protects you by, like, to say a horrific thing happens, and you're like, I can't remember. Because your mind hides you from, like, says, you can't handle this, so you're not going to remember this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, so I feel like your mind protects you.
Anyone want a cat?
So you're going to put the cat in the cars? I'm just kidding.
Cats are wild. Yeah, they fucking are. You want them?
Take them. They go ghost loons. That's what your mom said. Yeah.
I didn't know. It was just like within the past couple of years I realized that, or I found out that anesthesia doesn't make you not feel the pain. It just makes you forget the pain.
Right.
And I was like, what?
Yeah.
It makes sense. Like your body, like
because you're still holds the trauma. You're still awake, but not awake. And it's, I mean, I don't know. I'm not saying it is. I am a firm believer that you make your own thing. So like, I always just think like that I'm going to wake up and it's just going to be like this warehouse that I've always wanted. And there's like, all the figures are like, set up and there's like all, like it's just, and then I'm going to see family members. I'm going to see dogs. I'm going to see like people that I've loved. And I'm just going to be like, okay, I'm good. I get it. It's time. And your cat's behind me again. What is it with us today? What, you take?
You got the zoomies, and you just like can't zoom it out. Like, what's going on? Don't fucking lunge at me like that, bitch.
I know. Doesn't it look like he's like hunting? This one's hunting for something.
What do you want? What do you want?
What did he say?
He's in RA. She is.
She is.
Did you download the app? Make sure she's still alive.
Yes. So what do you think happened? I mean, well,
so
what do you fathom?
I like go back and okay, bitch, come on. Get out of here.
Can't jump up.
I don't have like a set thing. Like either it could be like we're in a simulation or whatever, and like when you die, like everything is reboot starts over. This fucking bitch. Or I believe like whatever you want to happen to you will happen.
I gotcha.
Like if you believe in hell and heaven, then that's what you go to. Or if you reincarnation. Whatever.
There's a piece of me that did believe in reincarnation. Like I did have my moments of believing, like.
Boop, 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 boop. Can you just, if you're gonna be up here, you need to sit.
Yeah, but she's not going to. You know, she's not going to. It's like this whole like lap. We'll get tired.
It's a simulation. It's from the 1980, whatever, 84.
No, I don't know. When I read things, this is weird. Like I'll read or watch documentaries, something, and I always just go, "Oh, that's a possibility." I try not to. I'm very
open-minded about it.
Yeah, I try to be.
Some things I'm like, oh, okay, that's a bit of a stretch.
Yeah, I mean, there's some things I go, I hope that's not true. Like reincarnation. Sometimes I'm like, oh, that's not true. I like I come back as a gay man's condom or something.
What I still can't fathom is like,
just keep doing it.
So when you go on a plane, right? No, this is going against Jasmine. Can't see.
Yeah, stuck with two lesbians. We're like, great.
Pussy party.
I'm not even allowed in the bedroom. I can't see anything. Can I at least hear it? Jane, you went too far. Jane, you can't say that to us because we start down the wrong road. We are not too mature.
We were on the low way.
We only know how to drive low ways.
Right. The low way
now. I always say, if I'm going to hell, hopefully my ex-wife's going to be chained to me. They say, why? I said, because I'm going to piss off that devil to do everything to us. So, but you're going to be punished too. And I'd be like, just knowing her, I'm in heaven. What's happening to her? Oh like, would you want to turn it that way? I was like, yeah, I'm okay with that. I'm good.
Everyone is welcome. Okay. So I have this theory, and I know it's wrong. But I just like to think about, like, what if?
Right.
So when you go on a plane or you go on a train or something where you're not driving, you're not
driving.
You're
the passenger.
Yes.
Okay.
But you're not like in a car.
So it's not like a limo. Can you be in like a limo situation?
No, it's kind of like train.
Okay, so it's
or plane.
Okay, so
I guess you could do limo or bus.
Well, because your limo, you're on the way back and you're a passenger. You have no control.
So what if? Like, okay, so you have the world, right?
Is it a flat world? Are we circle?
I don't know.
Okay, good.
What if, like, you're not actually moving? Like it's gonna be really hard for me to get this out.
Oh, no, because
like, what if it's just like like in rides where they just like spin it,
right,
and like you're in a different part of it,
right.
What if that's what we're in?
I just found out something. This is gone on.
Oh my god, it's true.
Yeah, this is true. I swear to God, you're gonna get your mind blown.
Okay, I can't wait.
All right. What in high school? I don't know. This is in my day. They taught us that the moon, because of it moving, like
I have a lot of questions too about that.
Makes tide, low tide, and
I don't understand
high tide. It's not true. You know what makes high tide and low tide?
What
is the Earth moving, and the water is slushing around. That's what makes high. I just learned this on a documentary. I can't think of the guy's name. It's that really famous black scientist, who does all the he talks about. He explained when the Earth rotates, water's water, so it's slushy. That's what makes low tide and high tide. I was like, that makes more sense than the damn moon,
right? How do we not fall off? Actually, no, I do know.
No, gravity, because we're moving too fast. It's like, kind of like when you put it. How many turns? How many turns does it take to get to the one?
No, I'm good. Okay, well, you answered my question before.
Right. Because right away when you said that, it made me go, what? I was like, that makes sense. And he goes, this is...
Just the other day I said the same. I'm like, I don't understand how the moon moves everything.
It doesn't. It does. It helps things.
How?
It's from the... it's kind of like because the moon gets close and it moves far away, it changes the... basically the gravity pull of the Earth, if you will. And just like when we see a globe and it's completely round, the Earth isn't completely round like that. It's more of a egg shape. And I was like, oh, I don't know. Like I found this guy. He's one of the smartest people in the world, but he has a podcast / information on YouTube that he just pops up here and there and tells you information. And they ask simple questions, and he has the easiest answers to it. Sometimes he's like, well, this is going to be a little harder to explain, but he kind of dumbs it down, and I go, I get that. Wow, why is that so hard? Why couldn't my teachers talk like that? And it's I eat that stuff up. He's stuff just like
that's the word flat. How about a bus? Yeah, we answered that question.
So yeah, no. What happens is when it turns, the water kind of slushes, if you will, like water does if you take a glass.
Yeah.
And then when it slushes, it's what makes the high tide here, and it's low tide over here. And then when it goes back, it's low tide here, high tide here.
I can't wait to tell Sam.
I know. I better wait. What happened with the water? I'm at Sam's and I have no clue what I'm saying. No. Yeah. So there's some things I'll listen to things that, and I love history. I listen to tons of those stupid. Tons of them. I listen to.
Who's to say they're true?
Well, most of them don't. That's what the real great one is. The great ones, well, this is what they say, but they could be making this up. Especially if you go further back, because it's monks tell the story, and it's they could be just telling the story.
What do you think they're going to talk about for my generation?
Oh Jesus! Eating Tide Pods.
There was no toilet paper to be around.
No toilet paper. People are shitting in the shower. No, but I do. Well, if you do, it's weird because if you go back to that Spanish flu, the first, if you will, pandemic, and you see everyone wearing masks and they're wearing suits and big, and women are having big dresses and stuff, and you go, wow, they're so civilized. Then you find out that at one time where was it TP the tuberculosis there? I'm trying to think what it's called.
Tuberculosis?
Yeah, no, yeah. But what's it called? Thyroid. I'm trying to think of it. They have.
What are you saying?
It was this cough that you get that makes you bleed out of your mouth, and now they have a cure for it, if you will. But back then they didn't, and it would kill a lot of people. They actually banished people to an island in New York that still is no one lives there because they took the New York county, city, if you will, basically banished a bunch of people who had that was spreading this disease, and they banished them to an island. And you go, okay, I guess we weren't that civilized. It's very weird when you hear these things, and you go,
what the fuck?
Yeah, you can Google that. That's true. They banned it, and no one lives on that island to this day because they say it's haunted by that lady who, the first lady they think caught it, and they kept putting more people on this island. That's crazy, huh? You look at me like I'm full of it.
No, I believe you.
it's amazing how you sit back and you go, if you look through history, and I think that's the biggest thing that I probably hate right now is that most of your generation, some of mine too, I'm not going to say that we're all history majors and stuff, but like I remember, like my generation remembers being in a war or seeing wars, if you will. Like I remember the Cold War. Like you don't remember.
Was it chilly?
It was. I mean, my parents talk about when they used to have to go underneath desks because of nuclear bomb, and you're like, you think about it now and go, a desk is not going to help you. But it was, and when they talk about it, it's fascinating when they talk about it's not about surviving it. It's about giving kids comfort that if they hide under the desk, they have a chance to live, even though they know no one's going to live. Mm-hmm. Because the comfort of your mind of, oh, well, if I do this, I have a chance to live, makes you not as scared to when the alarm goes off, I'm dead. Mm-hmm. And you're 12, you're 10, you're whatever.
I feel horrible for kids these days because they don't even
now it's different. Now they're more scared of people coming in. Mm-hmm. And you know the worst thing is, speaking about exit plans, I'm really bad at that. This is something I'm really bad at. I was sitting at the middle school in Portsmouth. Now, I know you went there. So I'm sitting there.
Why are we there?
Huh?
Why are we there?
When Marin was going to school.
And this is right after. What the fuck?
I hang out. I hang out with my boys. So I'm sitting there.
And just want that school food one more time.
That pizza is slammed out. And
come on.
So I was sitting there, and Shannon was with me one time, and I said, we were talking about the, I'm trying to think of it was a school shooting, unfortunately. And I said, Portsmouth's so easy. And she goes, what are you talking about? Oh, you got double doors on it. And I said, what are you talking about? There's literally a window right there. Like, it's like right on the ground's here, the window's here. She goes, yeah. I'm like, first thing I do is just go up and shoot the window, and then you can walk right in. She goes, oh my God, why are you even thinking that way? And I'm like, because that's the way I think I would think. Like, I would think of, like, how can I get in this building if I really wanted to get in this building? Like, if I really wanted to get in this building, let's say I was not hurting people and I wanted to save somebody, I shoot that window right there because that's a classroom. I can just walk right in. Usually the heaters are there, like the little thing, and then you can just jump down.
I have a topic for next week.
I love. Go ahead. What?
No.
Okay. But I think of things like all the time of like.
I should write this down. I hope I think about it later.
I'll try to remind you. Whisper in my ear, sorry. That's not whispering. In my.
Okay, so there's tests out there.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
To see if you answer a certain way, are you a psychopath? Oh, that's what I wanted.
Oh, you want to see?
I want to see. Yes.
All right. All right.
And they're like the most like out there questions.
I'm probably a psychopath. I'm probably because I could never see. Here's the thing: I can think of 100 different ways to get rid of you, hurt somebody, save somebody, even save somebody. Think of something like, oh, well, why would you? Like, for example, great example. Like, you remember that kid who fell into the gorilla cage? Like, she was hanging him over. I was like, why did you not think that was going to happen? Like, I can't even hold something over the toilet without thinking, I'm going to drop this. I can't. Like,
what are you holding over the toilet?
I don't know. I can't. Like, for example, I cannot have my phone in the bathroom. I do, but I'm always like
away.
Like, I'm always just like, because I know I'm going to drop it into the tub. I'm going to drop. Like, I just have this thing where I know, and I'm not a droppy person. Like, I don't drop things. I just know there's a chance, and there's a chance I don't want to lose this. Mm-hmm. And I'm so like that. Or great example. When I had two little ones. When I say two little ones,
tuberculosis.
Thank you. My two little ones at the time weren't allowed to go into my yard if I was cutting lawn.
Yeah.
Ever. Mm-hmm. And I remember my girlfriend, why? What's the big deal? Because I'm listening to music, and God knows. Like, why do they need to be out there when I'm cutting the lawn? Yeah. Like, why do they need to be? They don't. Keep them inside. You know what I'm saying? Like, I understand accidents can happen when you're on it. When you're on it, if you catch my drift, but I don't even do that. Like, I'm that guy. Like, I'm always thinking, what if? And I know things can happen. I know you chainsaw can still, like, things happen. I know things will still happen. But it's the other things that I try to get rid of. Like, I watch people, like, they're cutting down a tree next to our house, and I'm like, and there's, like, one little rope, and I'm like, you think this one little rope's okay? Like, it's not even metal. Like, it's rope. And then the rope snaps, and you're like, what a surprise. Like, you know.
Oh, my God, I cannot believe it.
Right. And I'm just like, how are not professionals thinking about that? I mean, even to a point that my ex-brother-in-law did construction. He always be like, this is how you put up a ladder. It needs to be diagonal this far, and you got to go like this because it actually fits into the thing so it won't fall. And I'd be like, oh, fascinating. And I would just be like, because I would just be like, I need to know. But even though I know the ladder something can still happen, but I wouldn't have like 3 people. I still would have someone staying there. Like, I still would have someone staying there in case something happened. I'm just that guy. I'm that guy who always thinks like, oh God, this can happen. I've always been that way.
So if you're on a roller coaster, I know you don't do them.
No, I do. I have.
Okay. You're on a roller coaster and it breaks. What do you do? Is it the same thing with the boat? I mean, the
car?
Bridge?
No.
Okay, what's your exit plan?
Okay, well, first of all...
You're in a loop-de-loop. You're like, I'm not even on that fucking ride.
No, okay, first of all, it depends how it breaks. If like the piece breaks off and I'm going to go flying off, you're just riding it. There's no, you're out of control. Like, because even if you unhook yourself, you're going to eject yourself. You're going to die on whatever, like a fence or something, because usually there's fences around. So you're pretty much screwed anyway. If it breaks down on top, very top,
like the carousel?
Like, yeah, I mean, if it just stops, Ferris wheel.
Yes.
I've always been a big believer. Like,
carousel.
I know. I break in the carousel. I'm like, oh shit, this horse is going fast.
So fucking stupid.
So the question: am I on a horse or am I in the carriage? Yes. Carriage. I'm holding on to both sides.
Horse should just hold on tight.
I got on the wrong position. I'm high. I hope I don't have the pissed off horse. Like, you know that one. I'm like, why are you doing on me? There's always that one. I'm like, why is this guy so miserable? Why are there never rains? Am I the only one that's like, there's stirrups but there never rains? You're supposed to hold it. Where's the paw coming from? I got extra ones.
Okay.
Ferris wheel.
Yeah, you get
Ferris wheel. Just it's the same thing as the other one. I actually sit and wait. If I broke at the very top and we just stopped.
I mean, like, you're not going to inject yourself, are you?
No, I just wait.
Yeah.
I'm just going to wait. Now...
have a panic attack the whole time.
Yeah. I want to hear the weirdest thing. The roller coaster, I'd probably be calmer because you'd be, like, you're kind of strapped in, and those just don't let go. Like, you're still strapped in. Yeah. So there's kind of almost nothing you can do.
Okay.
The Ferris wheel, the Ferris wheel, you're not, and it starts rocking like it does, like that little, like...
rocking, you know? Sorry. What if it snaps off and it starts to roll? Like in movies.
Oh, if it starts to roll, you're going with it. You just got to hold on. You got to make sure you're holding on to something. That's why when I'm in the Ferris wheel, I'm always holding on to the... You're
going Ferris wheel?
Yeah, I've gone on it once.
I've done it once.
And I literally, like, sweaty palms, like, oh my God! Oh my God! Oh my God! And then it's like, don't move! Don't move! Don't move! And there's always, I get that friend that, what, this? You don't like this? And I'm like,
No, I do like that, but not right now.
Like, stop moving. And they're like, oh, like, oh, I always get that guy that with the wheel. Like, I kind of do that little, and you get one guy, and I'm like, no. And then I'm trying to stop it, and the wheel's like fighting me, and I'm a big mess. Oh, we got an out here.
Okay. I have the fear that the zombie apocalypse is going to happen when I'm stuck at the top of the Ferris. What?
Okay. You're done.
The Ferris wheel?
You're done, because the zombies, those are like...
Actually, you win. You got stuck on the top?
No.
I'm not going to climb
that. Zombies, I want to be in the water.
You can't swim? Neither can you. You're dead.
Yeah, but if...
You're dead!
Not in the water, I want to be on like a ship or something. Because even if you're sailing... Because even if...
Like, I don't know. Like kind of floaty.
Oh. Yes.
Like, just far enough where it like... No, just like a donut. You're in the donut.
Yeah,
and you're like just far enough. You can still touch the bottom, but the zombies don't go in the water.
No, they do. But the thought is that the ocean is deep enough that they're under lots of water, and they're not bothering you because they can't reach up. Now, when you have to go to shore to get things, that's when it gets tricky. But
are there zombies everywhere?
Well, I'm just saying. If
when the zombie apocalypse happens, is it everywhere?
Yeah, because
so
everyone
you're just
dies.
Fucked.
Yeah, you're fucked. You're basically trying to like. And I did like the Walking Dead when they got to prison. I was like, damn, that's a smart idea, because that's hard to get in and out of as a prison. So that's a place you would want to live, isn't a freaking prison. I was like, that's using.
Is there any place they can't go?
No, I think they can. I mean, they're just kind of wandering. It depends what kind of zombies are, because there's different zombies.
Where does it start? Now. How does it just end up being zombies everywhere?
Because there's different theories. There's that this is not real,
I know. I'm just asking.
There's theories that there's a disease that affects you, that you get affected by, and then when you die, when you die,
mostly dead.
No, what happens when you die? You end up becoming the zombie. Because you get a fever and you get sick, and then there's other ones where you just that's the scariest one, is when all the dead comes, like the proper dead, like the ones that have been in the ground and they start coming. That's the scary shit, because there are more people underground than there are people above the ground, and you're screwed. What
about all the cremated people? Do they come back?
Yes, it's like
Thanos.
It's just like a tornado.
Come on! Get out of here!
I had my mouth open.
So fucked up. Zombies can't swim. It's a virus. COVID.
Yes, COVID. Yeah, no, but I think for myself, like a prison, someplace that's really hard to get in and out. As long as you have the master keys, and that's the hard part, is to make sure you can get all the little pieces. But if you can get like the master keys to a prison,
how do you do that?
Well, hopefully the guy died and didn't become a zombie, or you find him and you chop his head off, and then
Oh, yeah. Won't you chop your head off?
Yeah. Well,
anyone who died...
No, not all the time. Those zombies in that storyline, you chop off their heads, they're dead. Like if you kill their head, you know what I mean? They're done. And there's other ones that you have to set on fire. I don't know. There's all different. It's like vampires. You know how the rules change in every vampire. Like when you go, okay, I know what a vampire is. Then you watch Twilight and you go, nope, don't know what a vampire is.
Sparkle now,
Mike. When did this become a glitter guy?
Would you want to be a werewolf or a vampire?
Oh no, I don't know.
Do werewolves die?
What?
Do werewolves die?
No. I mean, they can die. They can't do, but they're eternal. Yeah, but they can die. If you know what I'm saying, they can die, but it's. I think the vampire is less painful, because I feel like the werewolf.
Have you watched Twilight? That looks pretty painful.
Like when they transform. Well, if you watch Werewolf in London, that's scary. He's like and his arm starting to stretch. I'm like, oh, that looks painful. Like his face.
Well, I guess you change a lot if you're.
Yeah, well, every time it's full moon.
Yeah.
So if that's the rules, then I probably.
Is that period?
Pretty much. Yeah.
Damn. Let's say
But I've seen it all different rules for vampires. I mean, for werewolves too. That's the other thing. We've changed all the rules because there's no legit thing. So if you read one book, it's one way. If you watch one movie, it's another way. I think for me, I think vampire is probably your best way because then it's just you are what you are and you're done. You know, like you're not going through transformations and stuff. I don't know. I always think to myself when it comes to like monsters, I'm okay. I'm the first one dead, and I'm the last one dead. As simple as that.
In every situation.
And every single horror movie I've ever watched, because right away I always love people. Don't go upstairs. Don't go downstairs. Well, I've lived in a house by myself, and when I've heard a noise, I always got to go see what it is. And half the time it's nothing. Like it's just my figure's falling down or something happening, and I go, what's going on down there? You know, but you're always going to look because then your head, the thought of Jason being in your house is really like not like when you hear a noise. What do you automatically for your house? What do you think?
Something broken.
Do you? I always think of it as a big cat. Oh, damn cat! And then I would go to the break.
It depends on what it is.
Well, if you hear a
if I'm home alone,
yeah, it's always somebody.
Yeah. I fucking woke up to the cats breaking their bowls the other day. I had them on the counter.
Oh, they're trying to push them off?
But it's in the spot they never go in. And I woke up to a big crash. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? What's happening out there? And they broke their bowls.
Well, I can tell you, when I hear a noise, I used to think it was a rapist, but every time coming out naked, and there's been no one there, so I don't think that way no more.
All right, bud.
No, I do have fears. You know, my big no, I'm going to talk about the Ashley trick though. I'm always scared about living alone. Like I live alone, and I'm always afraid. Like I'm always afraid walking up my basement stairs with laundry. I'm not afraid going up. I'm afraid that I'm going to fall back.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
no one's there. You know, like no one's home there. Like, and Shannon will be like, "Well, I'll call you," and I'll be like, yeah, but you're not going to.
You can't save me.
You can't do anything until, like, when you don't like hear from me. Like, you're gonna wait till like 8:00 or 9:00 and go, okay, why haven't I heard from Niles? And I might have fallen at 4:00 that afternoon. So you know, that's quite a few hours. Me bleeding with my head on the pavement or choking. That's been my biggest thing. Choking.
That's pretty scary.
Yeah, because there's nothing I can do. Besides, I did learn how to do the Heimlich with a chair, where you take it and you put it right underneath your.
Did you have to do that?
No, but I watched a documentary and I went. They said, "What happened?" They said, "What would you do if you choked by yourself?" I was like, "I don't know." Click. And I was like, "Now I do." I was like, "I'm shoving a chair into my stomach, like because you know, or I'm supposed to fall on it." And I'm like, well, if I'm that desperate, you know, just think about it when you're home alone. Yeah. Like,
I like to think about that stuff.
I don't either, but
I mean, it goes in my brain. But
I've been going, but this is going on. What I'm almost 10 years of.
You mean Shannon doesn't live with you? She didn't kick you out. You don't sleep on the rug.
All true stories.
I will get you a life alert necklace.
Yeah.
Your mom says, "Good, Jane."
It goes to your mom's house. I'm falling. I can't get up. He's fine.
My customer came in with a watch yesterday. I was like, "Oh, did you get a new watch?" Because I didn't see her with it before, and she was like, "Oh, it's my life alert." I was like, "Oh,
I don't."
Okay. She's like, "Well, it does have a watch face on it, but that's in case I fall." I'm like, "Okay, you could have just said, new watch."
You laugh, but I kind of get like it's weird because I'm not okay. I'm old, but I'm not old. But yet, I've slipped in the shower. Like I've slipped in the shower and like caught myself, and I go.
There's nothing louder than dropping the fucking shampoo bottle.
Oh, I know. It doesn't matter anything in the shower. You do anything. You okay? All right. You're like, I just dropped. You ever hear that? Like the bottle.
Oh my god! I thought
soap.
You died.
You hear the thump? Is that you? Did you just fall? No, it was the soap. That was the soap? How big is the soap? Like, because the way it, you know, that makes that whoop.
Yeah.
This is
why is it so loud?
I think it's because it's not
like hollow.
It's kind of hollow, so it makes that real big.
And it's so closed in.
Yeah.
I guess that makes sense.
That's why you sound good when you sing in the shower.
Like that fucking person in the concert. Yeah.
I don't know. Like there's things.
You're doing great, sweetie.
There's things I think of. Like I just go, if I'm by myself, what would happen? If I can't, like anything could happen in the house. I know you try and not think that way.
Yeah.
No, but my other big fear is that there's a fire on the other side of the house. Like upstairs, and I'm over here on this side of the house, and there's a fire, and then I'm not, and I hear the alarm, and I go, "What's that?" And you're gonna go upstairs and look, and when you go upstairs and look, what kind of fire is it already? You know what I'm saying? Like that's why I always say, like horror movies, I'm the first one dead on the last one because I'm first one in dead because I'm gonna be the one who goes, "What's that? Oh crap, I'm dead." Mm-hmm. Or I'm that guy who in the very beginning is like, "Yeah, fuck this crap. I'm not running around this whole damn movie. I'm going to go at you with this," and then go, "He doesn't die with guns, with chainsaws, or an axe." Or I'm that guy who says, and it's always different because it's always in different situations. I love watching. That's my biggest thing. I watch movies. I'm always someone in the movie. Always. I go, what would I do? I love movies when I go, yep, I do that. Yep, I do that. Yep, I do that. Like I love those type of movies because I feel like, okay, that's something I would do. That nothing seemed to be crazy in that. It's that one guy that's like, that commercial. Let's go hide in the cemetery. There's a running car. Don't be stupid. No one wants to go in the running car. If you're like, okay.
Kelsey and I just found out we do not have an exit plan if.
What, in this house?
In this house. If it catches on fire. Because
it's easy.
No. The alarm went off the other day, and we never know if it's real or not.
Right, yeah. No, we just assumed. You assumed.
And nobody was saying anything, so I was like, what do we do? Do we grab cat? Are we grabbing cats? Are we grabbing the cats? And where are we putting them? In the car? Are we putting them in the car?
Oh, yeah. Remember you told me?
And then Sam and Joey weren't here, so I was like, are we grabbing their cats? What are we doing? What is the plan here?
You don't have plans?
Apparently not.
Wow.
My first thing is grab cats and put them in the car.
Well, when it's my house, when I had dogs, the thought pattern was if there was a fire, I just let them out in the backyard. Like I would lead them to the backyard and just let them out, shut the gate, and then figure out what's going on and just pray they didn't run it. Like it's a fenced-in yard, but I'll say.
But we don't have that.
Yeah, I know, but I would say.
But then my other theory was if the house is on fire, our cars are right there, so is it going to blow up? I guess we'd have to move our cars real quick.
Well, yeah, it all depends where the fire is. I mean, you're making it sound like it's a fire. like if it's a corner fire, and
it's gonna blow up, Niles. Worst case scenario. Shannon's watching. Hi, Shannon.
Hi, Shannon.
She got off.
She usually jumps on and jumps right off.
Yeah,
perfect. I think for me, when it comes to first of all, cars don't blow up like you think they blow.
No, I know.
I know, like that when they blow
Worst
up.
Worst case scenario.
But
the bridges fall perfect.
Well, they usually do have if you watch. Do you watch that?
Watch what?
Like when the bridges you never seen that bridge that goes like this because they didn't. Oh, so I watched a whole documentary on how they started to figure out the science of bridges. And at one point, they made a bridge that literally did this because they didn't put stabilizers and they didn't know how to stabilize it. So when the wind started blowing, people were trying to drive their cars, and it was like.
Did they fix it?
It actually fell all apart.
Oh no, shit!
Yeah, and then they fixed it. Yeah, but it actually.
How many people died?
I don't even remember. I don't remember. I just remember watching. It's an old clip.
Tell me, look it up.
It's old, but it's really.
What were their exit plans?
Of then, that would be drive as fast as I can because the whole road is still going.
Backing up.
They don't call me backing up to Perry for nothing.
I've always heard that.
You know that guy backing up Terry?
No.
You know that guy in the full wheelchair? He sets off the fireworks, and he's like, "Back it up, Terry! Terry, back it up!" And he's like, he's like, It's like, eh. I'm like, poor guy, man.
Come on, Terry, get it together.
Well, like, who's the one who left Terry in charge of lighting fireworks? Someone should have double checked his wheelchair. This is wrong.
Hot Wheels, it's Terry.
He wasn't Hot Wheels that day. He was like,
no, he was hot, alright. Those wheels were on fire.
That poor guy. So fucked up. Oh my god! And you know what the worst thing is? Nobody grabs his chair. They're like, whoosh. They're like, Terry. I'm like, dude, how about you go over there and help the guy? Hey, hit your switch, Terry.
Go to record. What could go wrong?
Dude, can't you help me? I'm super busy recording this right now.
See, I just can't. I got Tim this far away. I have to get this on camera. I can't
let one of the fireworks hit my phone.
Right.
Brand new, not under warranty.
I didn't even have a case for it yet. No screen protector, nothing.
And then he's just like, he's going in a circle. I'm like, dude.
First time in your chair? You don't know how to control that thing yet? Stay away from the light.
Stay away from the light!
It's so fucked up.
I just love how nobody's even pushing him. Like, or you just hear people, Terry, back it up! Terry, you okay, Terry? Like,
Terry, you're on fire, bud.
3 days later, he's like, I'm fine, guys. I got my chair. And he's like a sparkle next to his chair.
It's all like fried.
I don't get that stuff. I always think about too. Oh, did you see that one video where I totally thought of your? I thought, oh my god, I was watching this video and I went, this would happen to your father and us back in the day.
Okay.
They set off, like they lined up the fireworks in the middle of the road and they had the whole family on the yard. It looked I swear to God, I felt like it was what we used to do when you guys were little. Like, remember when your father used to put...
You were in charge of the hose, right?
Right, I was always in charge of the hose. Because I would have been Terry. Niles, move!
Yeah.
And...
This is the one you sent me?
Yes!
Yeah.
And then the guy shoots it off and it shoots right into the truck, into the other ones.
Yeah.
And then it just starts shooting. I was like, yeah, that would be us that year. Remember that one year where... Was it Ralph?
Yeah.
Like brought, like I don't know, like Newport's fireworks. Like he had everything.
Ralph or was it Brown? Brown might have, because Brown went up to New Hampshire a few times.
Oh, it might have been
whatever it was.
But I remember this pickup truck just full of it.
Yeah.
And just like have big cases of like, and we just like, oh, I'm here with the hose, and I'm like thinking to myself like, oh look, something's gonna fly in there, and it never did, but. When that guy did, I was like, "Yep."
That was so close to being us.
And did you see like everyone? Like everyone.
Except that one guy. Didn't one guy say?
I was like, "This is good."
Terry, get out of the way!
I'm there with the hose.
It was Brown.
Okay, it was Brown. Sorry.
I love that Niles gets me. Get you for what? I forgot.
What's that? About? Who's get you?
I don't know.
Who said it?
Jane. Mom.
Oh, Mom. I don't know.
I can't think of her name. You know, Mom.
You know that lady I was with quite a few years ago.
That birthed me.
The one I slide out.
Both go, ew! That's so fucked.
Was that trigger you there? Too far. Too far.
Well, too far.
Trigger and your mom. Not too far. So, I always sat there, and that one guy, I was like, he must have the hose. That's why he's still standing there. You're like, yeah, I ain't afraid of it. Shh.
Can we turn the water on?
One year that did happen. He's like, your father yelled at me to turn the water on. I'm like, he's like, nah, turn the hose. I'm like, no one had turned it on. I'm over here turning the knob, and he's yelling at me. Niles, I'm like, anyone got blue pill?
So he turns it on.
Hello, is this thing on?
Damn hose, you know.
Anybody got a blue pill? Turn it on. Yeah, I remember your dad going, what the hell? And someone said, it's not turned on. I said, well, turn it on. That's when I got the hose taken away, and I never was the hose guy after that.
That's when you stopped coming.
I got banished.
Yeah. I think it's about that time.
It's about that time? All righty. Boss says last time. No, it's not last time for us. So next time we're going to take this test with psycho killers.
I'll look them up, and I'm going to see how you would answer.
Yeah, no, I'll take the test, and I'll take it completely honest.
Okay.
Yeah.
No. It's not like a test.
We should do
it's
the
like different scenarios.
Test.
I already did it. I failed. Back up, Terry.
Back it up, Terry. Back it up, Perry. All right, guys. We'll see you on Tuesday. No one watches us anyway on YouTube. And we do have a small following. And thank you for watching us on Facebook. Even though, again, poor Debbie plans to watch us and misses it.
Well, she has a lot going on.
I know, but she keeps saying we're going to watch it this time. Make sure we...
She said she was going to try to watch it.
I know. But I feel bad because that poor lady watched episode 63 and we were 100 and something.
She didn't watch it. She just scrolled down and
said hi. She was like, hi.
I was like, did you know you put in the wrong one? And she was like, she said, yeah. That was the only one that popped up because she wasn't on our page.
Oh, you're in the group.
She just,
She was on that page, yeah. I gotcha. All right, guys.
Hey, Melissa, leaving.
Hi, Missy. I rode horses with her.
Oh.
She's a good friend. Daughter's very good at theater.
I didn't know where you're going with that. We gotta go.
We're actually heading up. Bye. Guys.